First and foremost, I want to start off this video by saying, hey, congratulations to Greg Berhalter. What a game. What a game by him. And what a game by the Usmnt, man. They came out here last night and gave it to Mexico in Cincinnati and beat them by the scoreline of 2-0. Took back what's right, what's rightfully ours. The #1 spot in the Concacaf, baby. We are the top dogs. There's no doubt about that. It took us a little while to get to the top, but we're in the top now. And Mexico's in their correct spot where they rightfully belong, in second place. What a game. I definitely expected Mexico to come out here and possess the ball, keep the ball away from us, do what they do best, possess the ball, play around, stretch us out, and then try to beat us with some crosses or try to beat us with the counterattack. But guess what we did? We came out here, punched Mexico in the mouth immediately, gave them a high dose of pressure, the high press. Mexico kind of settled down later in the first half, but then we came out in the second half and gave it to them again and again and again. Eventually, we beat them 2-0. To be honest, I mean, where was Mexico's team? I mean, where was Herrera, one of the best midfielders in the CONCACAF? Plays for Atletico de Madrid, I think. He's one of the best guys to do it for Mexico. Nowhere. Where was Raul Jimenez, the lethal striker? They so call him the wolf guy or the wolf man or el hombre lobo or something like that. I think that's what they call him. Nowhere. Tecatito, did he even start? Chucky Lozano, I think they left him back in Napoli, dude, because I didn't see him last night. Overall, Mexico's offense was nowhere to be found. Their midfield was getting run over time after time by Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, and Weston McKennie. The waves are changing, baby. The tides are turning. It is what it is, but you know what? Last night's game, man, just goes to show that's a little glimpse of how special we can become, how good we can become, and how good we're potentially going to be when everything gels together, when everything comes together for us. In my opinion, this was one of the most complete games I've seen from the Usmnt play in a long-ass time. And this is the most complete game I've seen Berhalter coach. Defensively, we were damn stout. I mean, there was a couple times we had some iffy situations there, but overall, I mean, the transitions from offense to defense, defense to offense were fantastic, man. When Mexico recovered the ball, immediately we had 1 or 2 guys on them, trying to recover the ball, trying to dispossess Mexico's players from the ball cleanly, and we did that. And what did we do immediately? Transition into offense the next way. Come out the gates, high press, all game, baby. It looked like we had energy for days last night. Tim Weah, dude. Tim Weah was just the guy's energy, man. Paired up with Aronson, these guys are a deadly duo in the winger position, man, for us. And it just goes to show how deep we are. I'm just so excited, man. I'm excited about this damn team, how deep we are, how good we are, and how good we're going to be when everything comes together for us. When everything settles down and these players understand each other and just know each other. It's going to be fantastic. But that aside, man, today we're going to be breaking down this amazing game. I genuinely did not think Mexico was going to lose by the scoreline of 2-0, baby. 2-0, the most notoriously known scoreline, especially in Cincinnati. I said, we're going to come in here, we're going to maybe win 1-0, 2-1 or something like that, but not 2-0. To be honest, that 2-0 scoreline was definitely the cherry on top for me. But today, like I said, guys, we're going to get into this game, okay? We're going to break a lot of things down. I'm going to break down the starting 11, give you guys my thoughts on each player and their performances overall. My first half thoughts and second half thoughts. And overall, just the team's performance, how good they were on offense and how good they were on defense. Let's get into it, guys. In my opinion, we're looking pretty and we're sitting pretty at that #1 spot. If we could handle some business, our business against Jamaica, which is obviously easier said than done, especially on the road, right? Because they make it seem like it's a big damn deal to play on the road in the CONCACAF, especially in the World Cup qualifiers. In my opinion, it's not. But with that being said, if we could handle our business there, then we can go into the next World Cup qualifier window in the #1 spot, controlling our own destiny. It also feels really good to be back at the top, especially with the way we did it. It wasn't just against any opponent, man. It was against Mexico, okay? It was against Mexico in the World Cup qualifiers, guys, by the scoreline of 2-0. So you can imagine how serious, I mean, beating Mexico already, their fans take that really serious, okay? Which, of course, they should. But beating them in a World Cup qualifier game where there's 3 points on the line, the #1 spot on the line, and you do it with the scoreline of 2-0, bro, that's the ultimate spit to the face, kick to the face, cherry on top. Fantastic outcome. Let's keep on moving, guys. I'm getting too damn lost in the rant here, but let's continue. Let's take a quick gander here at the starting 11 and each player's performances, who looked good and who looked great, because in my opinion, no one looked bad. Zach Steffen played lights out last night. When he was called to action, he was there to respond. Had 2 solid, pivotal, critical saves for us, and then after that, just really wasn't involved as much. That was due to the fact that we basically eliminated, blanketed Mexico's forwards, right? So there was not a lot of work for him to do. But aside from that, he was looking fantastic. And I had mentioned and I had predicted in my previous video that Zach Steffen was going to start versus Mexico and Matt Turner is potentially going to get the nod against Jamaica. I thought that because I had a feeling that Berhalter was going to come out here and press Mexico a little bit more. And that's due to the fact that we know that Mexico loves to possess the ball. They love to keep the ball and just stretch us wide. So I had a feeling, I said, you know what? I think Berhalter might come out here and just press them a little bit more than usual. And for that, he might need a more than capable goalkeeper that can pass the ball back and forth to his defenders, or just a goalkeeper that you can rely on just in case, you know, you need to pass the ball back to. And that's something that Zach Steffen can definitely give you. And that's something that, in my opinion, Berhalter saw as well. And that's why he decided to go with Zach Steffen over Matt Turner. But overall, man, we couldn't have gone wrong with either or. Zach Steffen was just fantastic last night. To be honest, I really truly wanted Joe Scully to start over DeAndre Yedlin, but I knew DeAndre Yedlin would get the nod because of his veteran experience. He's been there, he's done that, he's played in World Cup qualifiers, he's played in World Cup games, so why not, right? And the last time he played against Mexico, he's pretty damn good as well. He was fantastic. Last night, I mean, there was a couple times where he did get kind of lost on transition, but overall, the guy was going up and down, defending pretty damn good. Basically just shadowed El Chucky Lozano all night and eliminated him last night. So overall, I mean, DeAndre Yedlin, he is getting a little older. He's not as fast as he used to be, but still, he's a very, very experienced cat, and I'm glad we had him last night. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it time after time that we're an honest bunch on this channel, okay? We give credit where it's due, regardless of who it's to, okay? That kind of rhymed. So, yeah. But anyways, Walker Zimmerman, guys, you guys know that I'm not the biggest fan of this guy, but last night, man, he came out to play. Last night, he was just dishing out contact. He was physical. There was a couple times where he would receive the ball and then rip it instead of just picking up his head and looking for his open teammate. He was just bombing up there, kind of Hail Mary it. But aside from that, man, defensively, the guy was putting in work. Constantly on the hip of Raul Jimenez and constantly just shutting the guy down. Did not allow the guy to turn and just was on his guys time after time. There was a couple times where I was worried about Zimmerman being isolated with Raul Jimenez, especially when Anthony Robinson would push up the field a little bit, would get lost in transition. Miles Robinson had to kind of stretch out to the left side and cover for Anthony Robinson. And then Walker was kind of left over there with Raul Jimenez in an island, but he would answer the call. And last night showed me that Zimmerman's more than capable of definitely holding it down against the most elite competition in the Concacaf. My apologies if I've been harsh on you, man. You credit where it's due, man. And Walker Zimmerman, you definitely deserve some credit. Miles Robinson was fantastic last night, man. He was basically in charge of handling Raul Jimenez, and did he? He basically eliminated the guy, shut him down, sayonara, put him to sleep, threw his ass in the bus, go home. You're not wanted here, Raul Jimenez. That's what Miles Robinson did to this guy. He's just so physical, so aggressive, very light-footed for a big center back, very, very quick. And overall shows you that he's always in the right spot at the right time. So if you have a center back like that, that's basically the whole combo, the whole unit. We're damn lucky, in my opinion. Overall, Miles Robinson played a fantastic game, man. Just draped over the forwards and did not allow them to do anything. Did receive a red card, which was unfortunate. We are not going to have him against Jamaica, but for that, we do have other more than capable backup center backs that can handle the business. But aside from that, man, I'm excited about Miles Robinson's future. I know this kid has definitely earned a ticket to Europe soon. Anthony Robinson, man, was doing his thing once again on that left side. Man, you put him on the left side and Anthony Robinson is just going to be running up and down the field, defending and going offensively. He likes to do it more offensively. Obviously, it was on display last night where he kind of just got behind Chaka time after time. And then obviously did kind of get lost in transition. But overall, man, the guy's a flair. The guy is a flair and his crosses are deadly as well. But overall, I mean, Anthony Robinson continues to be our lock left back. His speed was also at full display. There was times where he was just tearing down that left side and just leaving defenders, Mexico defenders, in the dust. That one play where he went down that left side just all alone. Players were just trailing him. Found a way to get that nice center in for Ferreira, and then obviously nothing happened, but just goes to show how special the guy is. Our captain, Tyler Adams, a general, kind of looked a little iffy in the beginning of the game, was giving some balls away, and I was like, damn, like, we can't have this type of game from Tyler Adams, especially not against Mexico. Eventually settled down, focused on the game, and then just did what Tyler Adams does best. You know, dispossessed Mexico players from the ball, cleaned up some plays here and there, and then transitioned into offense. Does what he does best. Usual Tyler Adams. A damn force to be reckoned with in that defensive mid position. Last night's performance by Weston McKennie just goes to show that his performance with Juve currently, his form with Juve is transitioning over here to the USMNT as well, and he's looking fantastic. I mean, he was running up and down the field, recovering balls, driving down the field, driving down the spine of Mexico. Mexico, giving that midfield some trouble, those defenders, that back line some trouble, and was just overall involved, whether it was opening up the game or him opening up spaces for himself or for other teammates. Overall, was just active, and that's something we really want to see from Weston McKennie. When he's active, when he's involved, we usually win. So it was good to see he was back. Yunus Musa, man, at times I can't even believe the kid's only 18. His ability, his IQ is just beyond any 18-year-old that I know. Maybe right there with Gio Reyna, but his ability to run down the field, to take on defenders, to swivel, to maneuver through defenders is something that we've never had in this midfield for the USMNT ever, in my opinion. I mean, there was times where he was running down the field, down the spine of Mexico with defenders draped on him, pulling him, tugging him, but the guy just refused to go down. Goes to show how good he is and how strong he is at the point of attack. The kid is fantastic. And another thing that I did notice from him was how good he was on his first touch. We've broke down some film on Yunus already in the past. There's a video on our channel. Check it out if you haven't already. But we talked about his first touch and how his first touch is basically a touch into open space or a touch to set up his next pass, right? He's just so damn good. And his IQ is, like I said, is off the charts. I'm just glad we have a player like Yunus on our team, and I'm glad he's only 18. Just imagine when he's 25, 26. I've said that time after time, but damn, it's hard not to get excited about his future, okay? Brenden Aaronson did have a quiet night last night, but overall, the guy was just relentless. His energy was there, his ability to just stretch that back line of Mexico, his ability to put Mexico defenders on islands at times, crosses here and there. He was there, man. Overall, did not score, did not have an assist, but the guy, I mean, we want some more Aaronson. And I did just recently watch his younger brother, Paxton, I believe, Paxton Aaronson, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is his name, but he's basically a carbon copy of Brenden Aaronson, man. So these Aaronson boys, they're something special. Ricardo Pepi did have a quiet night last night. I did want the kid to score, man, especially against Mexico. That would have been so amazing. That would have been lethal. Honestly, that would have been something we could have been raving about forever, right? Obviously, the kid picked us, and for him to score against Mexico in a World Cup qualifier, that would have been the cherry on top. Amazing. But aside from that, he did have a quiet night. But the kid, he made some movements here on and off the ball, allowed some teammates to go into pockets when he made movements, just basically opened up lanes for other teammates. Did a pretty damn good job at holding the ball and allowing teammates to get forward as well. So the kid is just basically looking like a complete striker at this point. He can score and he can also do, on and off the ball movements. I love the kid. And in my opinion, the man of the match, man, Tim Weah. Tim Weah, I know I've been the biggest fan of Tim Weah, aside from other people out there that I know of. Many people are easy to give up on this kid. It's not like that, man. You got to trust the process. And I've said it time after time, man. Tim Weah he's a track star. The kid has burner speed for days, right? But the kid was kind of lacking that ability to finish in the final third, whether it was to send a nice cross or just to send a freaking sledgehammer shot to score a goal. Because the kid, I mean, his shots are freaking knuckleballs. Have you seen him? I mean, they're sent in with pace. But last night, man, this kid his skill was on full display. His ability to get beyond the back line of Mexico, his ability to put defenders on an island, to just isolate them and beat them 1v1 and send some lethal crosses. Obviously, that lethal cross to Pulisic's head that, just went in for a goal. That is the ability that Tim Weah has. And that's something that gets me really excited about him, right? Granted, I understand he's not the most clinical finisher. His ability to get beyond that back line with speed, pure natural speed, and then send in a nice, lethal, precise cross to somebody's head. The sky's the limit for this kid, man. And his ability was at full display last night. That's why I'm a big fan of this kid. Because of the speed, but because of what he can be. Because of that untapped potential that he has. It just, he's showing. He's showing you glimpses of what he is, what he can become. Tim Weah, man, my hat goes off to this guy. The first half, we came out guns blazing, pedal to the metal, foot to the throat, press, and more press. And in my opinion, that's exactly what we need to do every single game, regardless of who we're playing. If we're playing El Salvador, if we're playing Mexico, we need to come out here and press the opponent. We're a better team, and I've said it time after time that we're a better team when we dictate the tempo. If we allow other teams to dictate the tempo like it happened against El Salvador, like it happened against Panama, we're going to be in trouble. If we come out here and we dictate it, we set the tempo from the beginning with the high press, with urgency, it's going to be hard for them to stop us. And in my opinion, that was at full display last night. Against Mexico, they try to do that. They try to possess the ball. They try to do what they do best. fast. They try to stretch you out a little bit, possess, keep the ball, possession. But what do we do? Immediately when they try to come and play and, play possession ball, we'd press them. We'd have 2 or 3 guys there, immediately just suffocate them, take the ball away, transition into offense, and then we would just recycle it again over and over. That happened for the first 15 minutes, in my opinion. Mexico, like I said, didn't know what hit them. Eventually, they settled down, and then we went into half, 0-0. Throughout that first half, Zach Steffen did have 2 crucial saves, like I mentioned. Tyler Adams was kind of giving some balls away. But overall, I mean, we look good. We went into the half looking good. Mexico did have some opportunities as well. Tecatito had an open shot there that he missed. And I think before that, they also did have another opportunity. But aside from that, that was basically it for Mexico in the first half. And in the second half, I don't even think Zach Steffen touched the ball. I think only in like garbage time when there was maybe 7-8 minutes left. At that point, I mean, the dagger was already in. The storyline was already written, 2-0, We dominated this whole damn game. That's all I got to say. This game was dominated by the USMNT. And if there's any El Tri fans that are going to come out here and say, well, we didn't have this guy, and this guy, if they do decide to use that excuse, well, we could use the same excuse because we were without a couple players. But that aside, man, this right here, this was just an overall domination. Every time they tried to touch the ball, they were suffocated. Offensively and defensively, we were working as a unit, as a whole, in unison. We would high press Mexico. If Mexico found a way to relieve a little bit of pressure, then we transition into defense as a whole. If we would take the ball away from Mexico when they were trying to go into our half, we'd immediately transition into offense. It was just back and forth. It looked really good, like a well-oiled machine, in my opinion. Berhalter had a plan last night. His plan was to come out and press Mexico often and early, right out of the gate, and that plan worked for him. I also want to say another thing here is, it's one thing to come out with a system, with a scheme, with the plan, right? But it's another thing to pick the right players that are going to execute that plan for you. And in my opinion, that's something that Berhalter did pretty good last night. He picked the best possible players at his disposal. No favoritism, but the best possible players at his disposal. And there you go, man. You put those players with the scheme, with your plan, and look how good it looked, right? Look how great it looked. Not saying that the plan or scheme or the high press wouldn't have worked with an Areola, with a Leggett, right? But in my opinion, it wouldn't have been as effective as it was last night. So that's another thing to keep in mind, obviously. You got to pick the best players available too, the best players available to execute the scheme. Before I go, guys, I want to say this. Let's relish this W. Let's take it in. Let's soak it in. And if you have any El Tri fans out there that are close to you, maybe friends, cousins, relatives, let them hear it. Let them know that, hey, we didn't beat you once. We didn't beat you twice. But we beat you 3 times this year, okay? 3 times. So if they want to talk smack, go tell them to go rewatch those videos, okay? Rewatch those games. But that aside, man, let's take it in, let's soak it in, let's relish it, because this is a beautiful part about this sport, man. You lose some, you win some, but when you win some, it feels really good. And especially against a Concacaf rival like Mexico, it feels even better. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and take it easy on the Mexico fans. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy losing to your arch enemy, your arch rival, your Concacaf biggest rival 3 times in 1 year, guys. I'll see you guys next time.